Good afternoon. It is day 25, and the title of the day 25 chapter is Transformed by Trouble. You may have noticed my trouble in the background. I've been working all day, and Fitz, my cat, likes to stalk me while I'm working. He wants my undivided attention and love. Quite often, he sits where he's sitting now, but he lays out and swats at my hands while I'm typing because he wants my attention. So we'll see how long he sits back there. Fingers crossed that he just sits or decides to get down and goes on about his business and he doesn't run my video. You gonna be sweet? I don't know. Let us pray. Okay, so day 25 being transformed by trouble. I'm laughing because dude is trouble. I've had many troubling circumstances in my life, many instances in my life that have been difficult and troubling. Not every circumstance is something that I could predict. Not every circumstance is a consequence of my actions. Trouble just comes. That's called life. And I am frequently saying and fond of saying that sometimes life just is lifing and things get hard. But the thing that this chapter emphasized is that we have options when we're in trouble. We can become bitter. We can wallow in our bitterness, our anger, our sadness, our resentment. And wallowing places us in a state where we remain still. We don't move and we don't grow. Or the whole point of this week is how we can be transformed by Christ. We can make the decision to not be stuck. We can recognize that all things work together for the good of those who love the Lord and who are called according to his purpose. That doesn't mean that everything is going to feel good. It doesn't mean that everything is going to look good. But we can choose to believe and choose to know that no matter what it's looking like, it's all working out for our good. My friend gave a beautiful illustration while we were having our discussion of the lesson a couple of weeks ago. And she talked about how we paint outside the lines. We don't do things the right way. She was saying it because she had did like a paint by number picture or whatever, and like if you focus on like all the small details and oops, I went outside the line here, you would think that you were messing up the whole picture. But when you step back from the picture, everything was beautiful and you couldn't see the imperfections and the flaws. And so that illustration for me is something I can carry when I'm facing trouble and hard times. No, it doesn't look good and this is messed up, and but I don't have the whole picture. I don't know the whole picture, and God does. Is it always easy to be in that spot? No. I will tell you, there have been several times in my life where I have been like, okay, you playing, because this is not what I want. I've had it. But when I give myself some distance and some time, I can see. I don't even necessarily know how it's all worked out. I will say that I don't always see how it's gonna work out, but I have more peace of mind when I remind myself that all of these things, they're gonna work out for my good. And that's how our character is developed. I talked the other day with you guys about patience. You don't develop patience if you're not placed in situations where you have to be patient. And there are so many characters of God that we, or Jesus, that we will not develop if we're not placed in situations where you got to work that out. It's just not given to you instantly. So, transformed by trouble. I hope your day is going well, but even if it isn't, my prayer for you today is that you will lean into the fact that every situation and circumstance that you encounter in life, God can use it for His glory if you belong to Him. No parent wants their child to suffer. But I think parents also realize that sometimes coddling your kids doesn't help them, and you sometimes have to let them fall. Like even when a kid is learning how to walk, you want to shelter them, but they're not going to get their balance if they don't they have to walk that out and work that out themselves, or you'll forever be holding their hand, and then they don't become independent, and that's a whole another story. Or it takes them longer to learn the skills they need to thrive in this life. So anyway, guys, that's all I have for day 25. My prayer is that we'll be transformed by trouble into the people that Jesus wants us to be. The verse for today, and we know that in all things God works for the good of those who love Him, who have been called according to His purpose. That's Romans 8:28. You've been called, and I pray that every road bump is just an opportunity for you to be transformed. Y'all have an amazing day.